So I think he's getting more used to me. He's eating, he's eating easier. You know, he takes the food a little quicker than he did before. He's working on a roach right now, but because when I first got him, he'd take a while. Sometimes he wouldn't. Well, he'd usually take it, but it would take a little bit of coaxing, I guess. Now I don't even really have to wiggle it. I can just kind of hold it in front of him. He knows I'm trying to feed him. And he takes it. So that's kind of cool. And I fed him, I don't know, maybe a couple hours ago. And he's taking another roach. And that's another thing that he didn't really seem to do too much before. I try to feed him every morning and every evening. But there's some mornings that, like this morning, I didn't feed him because I had to go and leave here early. And then there's some nights I get home late and I don't have time to feed him. Now there may even be some days that I skip, but I aim for 2 times a day. I'm not sure how often you're supposed to feed them. I can't remember. Maybe I should look that up. But I want to say you're not, I mean, at least when they're full grown, you only have to feed them, I think, like 3 times a week. Of course, he's still growing. So, I haven't fed him any mice or anything like that yet. I have a feeling, and this isn't anything that I've read or anything like that, but I have a feeling that, when you get bigger ones like this at a show, the breeders or whatever, I think I would imagine that they would have a tendency to feed them more mice because they grow a lot quicker when you feed them mice, and they don't really, I wouldn't think they would have much incentive to care too much about the long-term health effects of feeding too much mice. So, I would have a feeling that that's what they probably do, is load them up with mice. So I haven't fed them any mice. Eventually I'll probably feed them a mouse a month, or so, Pinky a month, or twice a month, something like that. It's not the best thing to feed them, though. From what I read, I think it can have an effect on bone development. I've also read that the fatty tissue, they get you have the bilipids. That's what you're, I guess, like the fat in the cells, if I can remember high school biology right. But in the eyes, that can cause too much bilipid buildup and make them go blind. Which, as an albino, I don't know if they have eyesight problems or not. Anyway, very well could. Not sure. That's one reason why I'm kind of afraid of keeping them in here with the heat lamp and everything. But today was a warm day. I uploaded a video earlier talking about that, but it was a warm day, so he's kind of stuck back here. He's kind of getting out of the light. Normally he stays right under it, which is kind of crazy to me. But now he's kind of backing away from the light. Like I said, because it was warm, that must be what it is. Under the light, it was like 120 degrees. And it was 90 degrees ambient temperature in the entire garage. So, of course, he's sitting in a little bit of water, if you can tell that. So that's gonna, keep him a little bit cooler. But, yep, I do love my horn frogs. I think they're cool. I'm wondering too, I don't know if I've mentioned this in any of the other videos, I'm pretty sure I saw a video from Tom Crutchfield where he was talking about producing the blue iguana, where he bred an albino with a, what do they call that? I can't remember. Well, he bred it with a blue, which I can't remember what that means. Is that a hypo or something? I'm not sure, but it would be lacking the green pigment. So you have the albino, which is lacking the blue pigment, and then you have the blue, which is lacking the yellow pigment. And when you cross them, you get so many white, pure white, a blizzard lizard, is what he said. But you get those white iguanas. So I'm wondering if I breed this one, which horned frogs, from what I hear, aren't. It's not the most simple animal to breed. But if I did breed them with a blue, I wonder if I would get white horned frogs, which I have seen a picture of one white horned frog, but I haven't been able to get any details on how to produce that or anything. It was just a post on Facebook from, I think, Repticon, but it was a badass looking horned frog because it was all white. Badass. It'd be cool if I could produce some of those. That'd be worth the trouble. Alright, peace.